What's up, Fish Tank TV and YouTube? It's Mateo. I'm going to be doing a little video of some of the tools that I use for aquarium keeping and fish keeping, and maybe help you out with obtaining some if they're too expensive for you to buy online or at your local fish store. Because sometimes the tools that they use can be pretty overpriced. So I'm going to show you what I have and where I got them, and maybe it'll help somebody out. So first and foremost, I got this thing, and this was the first thing I ever bought ever, and it goes together like that. And it's a battery operated. It takes like 2D batteries that screw in right here. It's a battery operated gravel siphon, and what I mean by that is this part goes in the water, and that part attaches onto here, and you stick it in your water and you turn this button on, and there's a little propeller in here that creates suction. It creates suction when it's in the water, and the water comes up this tube into the propeller, and all the water gets siphoned into this little chamber that I've stuck a sponge in to help filter out more of the junk. But it comes with this little sock, that sock, and that's supposed to help filter a lot of the junk out, and in return the water falls back out of the sock clean. Do not ever buy this. It does not work. I think the brand is Tom's. I want to say Tom's battery operated aquarium gravel vac is what it's called. I got it off Amazon. It's made in China, or whatever that lettering is. Keith might know. Japan, whatever. It's no good. Don't buy this. Moving on. Some of the tools I use. Short pair of tweezers. Use these for planting things. Use these for pulling things. Just whatever you know what actually I use these the most for is if I got little bits of plants floating on the surface of my tank. I'll take this and I'll go in there and I'll just pick them out of the surface. That way I don't have to get my fingers wet. I know it's kind of girly and ridiculous, but after a while, you know, you just don't want your hands wet all the time. So, pair of tweezers. My girlfriend's mom works at a hospital, and she picked these up for me, so she got them at the hospital. So I used those. 2 pairs of these like force grip clamp things. I also use these for planting like bigger things. You can push them down on the substrate and then let go and get some nice down into the roots into the soil. They're lightweight aluminum. I got 2 of those. I also picked these up at the hospital. I don't really know what they're used for at the hospital. I guess they're just like force grips or something like that. But yeah, so if you know anyone that works at a hospital, you can get yourself a pair of those. This is what I use the most. My scissors for trimming plants, cutting things, tape, whatever you need. Those are also found at the hospital. And then also I have these ones that my girlfriend's mom got me from the hospital, and these are actually baby umbilical cord cutters. I haven't found a use for these yet. The other ones work better for trimming plants just because they're a little more precise, but I'm sure maybe one day I'll find a use for those. Cool little thing is these cable cuff is kind of a good little thing to have around if you're, you know, got all these cables coming down from your wall. And I'll kind of show you down here you can see where like I have all these cables, right, that go out of my power surge and just up the wall. Well, what I do is you can take this cable clamp and take all those cords and bring them all together and wrap them up into this thing, and then this thing shuts like a pair of handcuffs, and it keeps them all together like that so they don't look like that. That's a cool thing to have. And then also what I found from the hospital that you can probably get anywhere is these little syringes, and these things I use for almost like I use these for all kinds of stuff. I use them for feeding bloodworms. I'll just suck some bloodworms up in here and then I'll squirt them out in the tank. I'll use it for when I'm testing my water and I need to fill the little vials. You can just put it right on there to 5 mils. That's what you need for the API freshwater test kit. You need 5 mils of water. So you suck up 5 mils and you squirt it right into the little vials and you're good to go. And got all kinds of different sizes. Got the jumbo one. Maybe if you had like a bigger tank, you'd be able to use something like that. But yeah, so got all that kind of stuff. And last but not least, the #1 tool I use in my aquarium for the most amount of projects, drum roll, is my Pei Wei chopsticks. These are the best. Chopsticks in general. I use these things for everything. I can't even tell you. Like these are just normal Chinese food eating chopsticks, and yeah, so trust me, next time you get some food to go or whatever, you're at a Chinese restaurant, Asian restaurant, pick yourself up a couple packs of these and just see how many things you use them for. So don't make fun or else I'll beat you up. Those are my jacked hospital supplies, and if you ever need to do surgery, you got half the stuff. So aquarium and medical supplies could be sold right next to each other in the store, and it would make sense. Later.